Factorization of quadratic equations. Now, quadratic equation is any equation which contains a term that is squared. For example, uh, x squared plus 5x plus 3. Now, any equation that has a term, a variable squared plus a number times the variable plus a number. Such an equation will be called a quadratic equation. Now, any quadratic equation can be written as product of two brackets, and that is what we call factorization of the quadratic equation. Now, for factorizing of quadratic equation, we know that the answer should come something like this: bracket times bracket. And we know that the first terms will most probably have to be x and x, because x times x gives us x squared. Now what we are left with are the second terms for both, and that is what we'll find it difficult to find it out. For example, let's say we have a question: factorize the equation x squared plus 7x plus 12. Now the easiest way to factorize this equation is draw two lines like this and put in the first term over here, x squared, the middle term at last, like over here, the corner box, and the last term in the middle. So the usual method that is taught at schools is like the number here, the coefficient of the single variable should be the sum of the two numbers, and this should be the sum of those two. Sorry, this should be the product. This should be the product, and this should be the sum of those two numbers which we are trying to find out. Now, let's see how this method works. Find that the easy way. Now here, this is x squared. We know how to factorize this. What times what gives us x squared? Obviously, x times x. Now this plus can be either minus times minus or plus times plus. Let's try with this. So this method of drawing two lines also has some trial and error in it to be used, but most often we get the answer just right away. Now we need a number, like two numbers, the sum of which give us 12, and the sum of which give us 7, and the product of which give us 12. Now what times what give us 12? We know that 6 2s are 12. We know that 7, sorry, 4 threes are 12, 12 ones are 12, 12 times 1, 6 times 2, or 3 times 4. Now, let's take it this way. 6 and 2. What we'll have to do next is multiply it the cross way. 6x, 6 times 6 is 6x, and x times plus 2 is plus 2x. Now, this 6 and 2 won't be the answer probably because the sum of 6x and 2x is not 7x. So 6 and 2 won't work over here. So now what we'll have to do is use another different numbers, the product of which is 12 and the sum of which is 7. And we know 4 times 3. There are a few numbers that give 12 as a product. 12 times 1, 4 times 3, 3 times 4, 6 times 2. So we are left with 4 times 3. And yes, 4 and 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So 12 is factorized here, 4 and 3. Now you can check it. X times 3x is, sorry, x times plus 3 is 3x. And x times plus 4 is, this x times plus 4 is 4x. Here we have to do this multiplication crosswise. This times this is equal to this, and this times this is equal to this. Now the sum of this and this should be this. If that's true, then we have got the answer. And yes, that's true. 4x plus 3x is 7x. So yeah, the answer is x plus 4 times x plus 3. And that's, we have factorized the equation. X squared plus 7x plus 12. And we can check it back. So what answer did we get? So we got x plus 4 and x plus 3. So x plus 4 times x plus 3. That's we factorized the equation. Now let's check it. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. 4 times x is 4x plus 4x. 4 times 3 is 12. So x squared, next step, x squared. Now 3x and 4x have the same variable, so they add up to 7x, and the last variable is 12. So yeah, we've got the correct answer. Working it back, we get the same x squared plus 7x plus 12 over here. We can have another example. So we have a question: x squared minus 2x minus 63. The more examples we will do, the more things will become clear. So this is a question which we have to Factorize this quadratic equation. Question is, factorize the equation x squared minus 2x minus 63. Now again, draw the two lines. Okay. Now the first term should be placed in the first position. Second position is for the third term, minus 63. And the middle term should be placed at the last position, minus 2x. Again, here and here will be the number that the product of which will be x squared, and we know x times x is x squared obviously. Now minus should be the two, either minus times minus is, sorry, minus times plus is minus, or plus times minus is minus. So it can be this or this. The product of these two is signs will be this, minus. Okay, now factorize this, 63. Now, you know, 63 times 1 is 63, and 21 times 3 is 63, and 7 times 9 is 63. Now 7 and 9 is the most probable answer because the difference of that is 2. And let's check it. 7, 9. And yeah, the position also matters over here, because if this symbol is replaced, we place the minus sign above and plus sign below, then things won't be correct. Let's check it. If this is minus and this is plus, so we know we have to multiply it across with x times 9 positive is plus 9x, and x times minus 7 is minus 7x. Now the sum of minus 7x plus 9x is plus 2x, not minus 2x. So to make it correct, obviously what we'll have to do, this should be plus and this should be minus. That will make things correct, because x times minus 9 is minus 9x, and x times 7 is plus 7x. Now we know that when a negative number is bigger than the positive number, then the answer will be negative. So yeah, so the difference of, and we'll find, and both the signs, if they differ, then the sum will be the difference of the numbers. 7 and 9 have the difference of 2, and plus and minus, and the negative number is bigger, so yeah, answer should be negative. So minus 2 is the answer, yeah. So that means this x plus 7 times x minus 9 is the factorized answer. X plus 7, x plus 7 times x minus 9. That's we factorize this. Okay, what if the equation has a number multiplied with its square term? For example, the question is factorize the equation 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. So again, we'll use the same method. Draw two lines. Raise the first term over here. 3x squared. Middle term at last. 1 plus 8x. The last term at the center. Okay. Again, here and here will be two numbers placed, the product of which will give us 3x squared. So we can have 3x times x. And here we have plus, so plus times plus is plus. Here we have 4. So you need two numbers, the product of which is 4. So 4 ones are 4 times 1 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. If we check, let's use 4 times 1. In that case, x times 4 is 4x positive. 3x times 1 is 3x positive. Now here 4x plus 3x is not 8x, so 4 and 1 will not work. We will have to use a different term now, like different numbers, the product of which is 4. Let's use 2 times 2 is 4. So now let's check it, applying it the cross way. 3x times 2 is 6x positive. X times 2 is 2x. And now let's check it. The sum of 2x and 6x is 8x. So yes, this is correct. That means the two brackets are 3x plus 2 and x plus 2. That's the factorization of 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. So this is the rough work. So it was 3x plus 2 times x plus 2. Or 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. And here we are done with factorizing quadratic equations the easier way. So if you like the video, do subscribe and hit the bell icon and stay updated for more. And do place a comment if you need the topic to be discussed, whether it's maths or science, physics or chemistry or biology.